Welcome to the emergency session of Talking Bills X and O's, hosted by Ace Sports reporter Sylvester. Alrighty, Sylvester, there's a game on Sunday, 1 p.m. It's a Buffalo Bills home game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It could be the last home game that starts at 1 p.m. at the Curtin Stadium, and Sylvester will have guests. First guest will be Coach Coyote. Second guest will be Barbecue Munchie. Sylvester's final guest will be Ketchup Munchie. So now we'll start with our first guest, the well respected Coach Coyote. Coach Coyote does the pregame and postgame for Monday Night Football and does the pregame and postgame for Thursday Night Football. Sports News Review welcomes the coach. Coach Coyote. Alrighty, Coach. Get yourself all set up behind the SNR microphone here. And, well, Coach, welcome to an emergency session of talking talking Bills X and O's. And, alrighty. So Coach Sylvester is going to ask his first question to Coach Coyote. Take it away, Sylvester. Coach, is this a red alert for the Buffalo Bills offense? Here's Coach's response. Well, at the start of the NFL season for the Buffalo Bills, I was like everyone else that projected the Buffalo Bills to be leading the AFC North. It's obviously a season that the Buffalo Bill fans, NFL fans, did not see coming for the Buffalo Bills. And you look at the impressive win against the Kansas City Chiefs. After that game, I would have said no. Though they're still in the playoffs at the moment after the Miami Dolphins game, I reluctantly might say that there is a red alert. Yeah, coach, I'm feeling the same way. Alrighty, so Sylvester is has got a second question for Coach Coyote. So take it away, Sylvester. Right now, do you think that the Buffalo Bills offense problems is in flux? Wow, nice question, Sylvester. Here's Coach's response. Well, if you're trying to say that influx by meaning that there's problems that are coming more and more every day, we're seeing, yes, we are seeing more and more problems every day. And if we'll start with the James Cook not running a James Cook style game against the Miami Dolphins. And now with the finding out that Dalton Kincaid is not available this Sunday, and there's other compounding issues of the wide receivers not easily getting open downfield. Seems to, yeah, I could say that there seems to be an influx of problems for the Buffalo Bills offense at this moment. Well, Coach Sylvester has another question for you, and it's in regards to the final trade talk. Sylvester and I we did a show on the final trades talk, but well, here's Sylvester's question. Take it away, Sylvester. Well, Coach, the lack of not having anything done on the the final trade deals for wide receivers is it a concern? Well, here's Coach's response. I love the way that General Manager Brandon Bean has filled out a roster for the Buffalo Bills, but I reluctantly say I would have tried to get the wide receiver. Sylvester has a follow-up question. Take it away, Sylvester. And well, actually, it'll be the final question. For Sylvester saying that this is going to be the final question. Okay, so here's Sylvester's question. Take it away, Sylvester. Now, Coach, would you say that you would get a wide receiver just to appease the critics and fans? Ooh. Coach's response is no, it's not about appeasing the critics and fans because I still feel that old expression of if a general manager of a professional sports teams does player moves just to appease critics and fans, then they might be needing to buy a ticket to see the next home game. Oh wow, coach, good response. I feel the same way also, coach. That but that was the last offensive part of the questions. Now Sylvester has a defensive question for you, and take it away, Sylvester. Coach, it's just a simple question for the Buffalo Bills. What's with the defense? Coach's response is, yeah, if we're talking injuries, first it's beyond Buffalo Bills' control or any team's control when players get hurt. And having injuries on the defensive line, that hurts. But you're looking at a good acquisition of Joey Bosa. And as far as the secondary goes, you know the Matt Milano injury and the need for good starting cornerbacks and safeties. So yeah, I mean it's a red alert for the Buffalo Bills secondary. Well, thank you very much, Coach, for your honest, non-biased answers to Sylvester's questions. And well, of course, thank you for coming in on your off time to do this emergency session. So you can, well, as before we, as Coach Coyote leaves our us in our studio, uh, we're gonna say that Coach Coyote does once again. You can catch Coach Coyote Monday nights and Thursday nights. He does the pregame and postgame for Sports News Review, and we once again we totally thank Coach Coyote for coming in on his off time to do this emergency Talking Bills X and O's Red Alert. So thank you very much, Coach, for your time. Okay, thank you. Say everybody, give a good hand, give a well appreciative hand for Coach Coyote to yeah, I mean, come in on such short notice, extremely short notice, and coach, we're just waiting for coach. Coach is gonna go to his lounge chair. He's gonna watch the show from his lounge chair the rest of the show, and now we're gonna bring on our second guest, and it's barbecue munchie, one half brother, the youngest brother of the three of the Munchie brothers, and does the in color analyst at the Buffalo Bills live stream watch parties. So without further ado, here is Barbecue Munchie. Alrighty. Okay, here we go. Hey, barbecue, look at, ooh, almost set you up behind the SNR microphone here. Okay, whoa. It's- you know, it's just one of those things because you know, we barbecue Munchie was like doing stuff and filing, and you know we just caught barbecue Munchie off guard, and you know we really appreciate that you come on the show, and like such you know on such very short notice here for all our guests. Very appreciated that they come on such short notice. And we're well aware that you do the Buffalo Bills live stream watch parties for the Sports News Review. Now, Sylvester asked that first question to Coach Coyote. So, Sylvester, what's your first question for Barbecue Munchie? And Sylvester is saying, "Well, barbecue. Coach Coyote said that there is some problems that we you know unforeseen for the Buffalo Bills uh, season. That the beginning of the season, uh, you know, Coach Coyote said you were projected the Buffalo Bills to be uh, you know like leading the NFC North, and you know." And the only thought would have been right now in this part of the season would have been that the Buffalo Bills would have been just concerned with trying to get the first spot overall in the AFC. But, well, you know, what's your response to all that? And here's Barbecue Munchie's response. Yeah, at the start of the season, I would agree 100% with Coach Coyote. I just want to give a shout out to the well respected Coach Coyote, and I mean, yeah, at the beginning of the season, I along with others, and it's not just because I'm a Buffalo Bills live stream watch party color analyst for Sports News Review. Yeah, I would have. I projected also the Buffalo Bills should be in the AFC, leading the AFC North at the moment. But yeah, you know, it's not what everybody expected. Well, I'm not making excuses for the Buffalo Bills, but there are some compounding problems with the Buffalo Bills right now. Oh, okay. Thanks for your response there, barbecue. Sorry, ketchup. Ketchup is his brother. I'm sorry, barbecue. Say call you ketchup by accident. Okay, so Sylvester has another question. Is it a follow up question, Sylvester? Go ahead. Sylvester is saying this. Well, if you're talking other issues that unforeseen, what are some of those issues that you think that the Buffalo Bills offense did not foresee? Oh, nice question, Sylvester. And here's Barbecue's response. Well, injuries, and it's like when they say that thing about real estate. What's the three most important things about real estate deals is location, location, location. So the first thing I'm saying is injuries, injuries, injuries. It's a game that like you have to have a full roster ready to go. Uh, the beginning of the season, it may not seem like it, but you got you got players that like they hope that they don't that they have to be in game shape ready all season. You get it happens at the second tier of your offense. You're hoping that they can um, you know come in, fill in, and then have your starters come back and take their jobs over and uh and but it hasn't been that way for Buffalo this season. Defensive line, of course, as mentioned earlier, you know, you got problems now, and obviously, we're gonna be seeing that. We're gonna be doing the Grey Cup watch party, so we're not sure uh, if we not it's if we have the time to do both the Buffalo Bills watch party and the Grey Cup watch party. But either way, definitely watching the game 100% on Sunday before the Grey Cup. And yeah, I mean, there's also on the defense the compounded problems is of course mentioned by Coach Coyote with the secondary issues at the secondary, and of course issues with the wide receivers not finding a way on offense, not finding a way to get open. And I don't know if I mentioned it again, and it's of course it's been mentioned. Dalton Kincaid is not available, and yeah, I just from the start of last season, I like Dalton Kincaid as a starting the first season of Dalton Kincaid, I should say, is after the draft. I loved the fact that the Buffalo Bills took Dalton Kincaid and took well, and as they I think we said it earlier on the live stream that like it must be like the Bills organization must be watching the same football games as us because we can't say enough about Brandon Bean and picking Josh Allen quarterback, and that's like that was like the coup, as they say, the in that draft pick because I mean Baker. Yes, yeah, we're looking. Yes, of course, we're looking at the number one pick Baker Mayfield playing against the of course the pick for the first round pick for the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, and uh, yeah, it's the team. I'm gonna say that if you see if Buffalo Bills players or Buffalo Bills management are just kind of thumbing through YouTube, looking through highlights, football highlights, and they come across our red alert. And I'm gonna say, yeah, yeah. If they see me talking, here I should say, hear me talking, saying there is a red alert. I feel that the Buffalo Bill. I'm not like saying I'm not betraying my Buffalo Bills right now. They they would agree that, and the players also would agree that the phone no phone calls right now. Sorry about that, barbecue. Let's just uh I forgot how to silence the phone. Okay, okay, that's good. Sorry, that is so distracting. Okay, okay, sorry about that. So you're okay. Sorry, continue on barbecue. What were you saying? Well, I'm gonna summarize with saying that if the Buffalo Bills management and players, uh, they seen you seen your billboard, your bill, like I say, your sign there. It says Buffalo Bills X and O's and Red Alert. they they're gonna agree. I think them they should just go to find like I guess one of those like, party stores. They got like red lights, yeah, the sirens, yeah, yeah. I mean it's time for them to put them out on the practice field right now and say we have a red alert. We really need to focus on this game, and not worry about Thursday night. That's the big thing. I mean, yeah, yeah, good point. Barbecue, that's a really good point. And yeah, so there is a red alert. You're saying barbecue is sorry, barbecue. Go ahead. Yeah, there is a red alert. That's what I'm saying. Thank you very much, barbecue, for your answer. I couldn't agree more with barbecue on that. A good response to Sylvester's question. Sylvester, do you have another question for barbecue? And Sylvester said, "Yes, I do." And oh, here it is. Okay, so Sylvester is going to give us his question. So barbecue, do you think that there's uh also a red alert for the defense? Not only the offense, but the defense on the Buffalo Bills. Uh, okay, so that's a good question, Celeste. Okay, so here's barbecue's response. Go ahead, barbecue. Well, I'm agreeing with my previous guest here that Coach Coyote. Yeah, there's a red alert for the defense also. Um, it's just once again it is said by my the previous guest here, and you know, injuries, but it happens, and all teams have to overcome injuries. So, we can't make excuses about injuries. That's why there's 53 players on a roster, and that's why you have a general manager to fill out, find players, sign players, I should say. Today, in a professional sports league, you got to sign players, fit under cap. You know, that's that's what that's the whole thing. It's not like most folks out there would think like you just hey, why not just get someone on the team? As they say, you got to have players and team that can step up and take and at least like hold, as they say, hold the team to at least very competitive for the game to win. So when when the starting players come back from injuries, and which hasn't really been the case this season, with like Matt Milano injury. Of course, it's not an excuse, but they made a lot of defensive schemes based around Matt Milano. So that's what I'm saying about the red alert in defense. Yes, there's a red alert, obviously, and we, like I said earlier, not when I meant earlier that there's a red alert. Yeah, it's for offense and defense on this one. Oh, thank you for your question answer. I'm sorry, answer, barbecue. Uh, uh, well, Sylvester, you said you got a follow up question. You're saying, take it away, Sylvester. Oh yeah, barbecue. You're saying that there's general manager, uh, needs to fill a team, like help fill out a team, sign a team, and everything like that. But when it came to the final trade deals, there was like rumors that they were close to getting a wide receiver, but they was there was no deal made due to what Miami. It would have been Miami, Miami Dolphins. It was the trade deal was going to be could have been with, but Buffalo Bills says, according to this supposed leak, that they were going for it, but the Miami Dolphins wanted the 2026 draft, not the 2027 draft first round pick. So, what's your response to that? Uh, wow, Sylvester, good question for barbecue. Okay, and here's barbecue's response. I'm just gonna say that old cliche. A lot of folks out there, but not might not like to hear this expression of the system. Trust in the system, and I'm saying that maybe there was something we don't know, and it didn't fit the system. Whatever it is, the system. There was room. Apparently, there was room enough. There was enough room to make a trade and to like to be able to sign the player, and of course the like for whatever reason, Brandon Bean didn't want to do the 2026 first round draft pick and the 2027 instead. That one we'll see. I mean, we'll see in 2027 that if Buffalo still hasn't traded away that first round pick yet, that well, who will they acquire in 2027? That they must. What I'm trying to say to folks out there, and this is just my opinion, it's barbecue munchie's opinion only, is there might have been a player that they're looking at for the 2027 season that we're totally unaware of, and maybe that's the reason why there was no real deal done. And I still say that I'm going to trust the system. I still trust Brandon Bean, and that's what I got to say on that. Alrighty, thank you, Barbecue Munchie. So that would be the final question for Barbecue Munchie. Uh, Everyone, give a hand to Barbecue Munchie for showing up on such short notice, and I didn't put I had the carpet little. I had to move the carpet a bit, so I guess that's why we tripped up earlier. Sorry about that. But I mean, like I really feel bad when I make mistakes, but when I oh, I mean, when I do it, when I let the the pros like barbecue munchie come on, and they end up tripping over the carpet. And I know it's my fault, and like I feel so bad about it. Barbecue munchie, what are you saying about that? Oh, you're saying, forget about it. It's just bygones be bygones. Oh, thank you very much, barbecue. But well, yeah, the barbecue munchie is the color in-game analyst for the live stream watch parties for the CFL, UFL coming up, and of course the NFL Buffalo Bills. And the CFL we do the Hamilton Tiger Cats. So yeah, everyone give a big hand for an appreciative that came on such short notice to Barbecue Munchie. Thank you very much, Barbecue Munchie. Yeah, thank you very much, Barbecue Munchie. Alrighty, we got our third guest coming up, and last but not least, Sylvester is the play-by-play play-by-play for sports news reviews, sports watch party, live stream watch parties. Sylvester, I'm getting tired, and as I'm getting tired, I kind of slur words and I forget what the heck I was just saying a minute ago. Believe it or not, I'm just, it's. I feel funny. I'm struggling to keep my eyes open. I just okay. Well, because we did like I said, we're gonna have our third guest, and it's the other half of the two what we call the two live crew, the for our live stream watch parties. It's Ketchup Munchie does live stream watch parties for CFL Hamilton Tiger Cats, UFL games, and of course the NFL Buffalo Bills. So everyone give a appreciative welcome to Ketchup Munchie. Alrighty, Ketchup Munchie. Alrighty, let's all position ourselves here. Good. It's okay. Oh, we don't want to touch that. Yikes! I don't want Ketchup. You really don't want to be touching the board with you. I was gonna make sure you don't touch that board with your ear. That black will come on your ear. Let's see if it can. Oh, yeah, take it off real. Yeah, I got to remember. Like, look at we did everything. Ooh, we did everything so fast. And I gotta adjust your microphone because I knocked it over. It's surprising that we had good reception from barbecue. We kind of messed up the microphone there. But yeah, I don't want the yeah I don't want you to I should I gotta learn I learned my lesson this next time. I'm not gonna be using whiteboards with ketchup and barbecue if they're gonna come up so close to it because you don't I've never they've never seen water like on their bodies and that there's just I don't want I didn't oh I would feel so bad if it would be an emergency ear cleaning. I'd definitely have to get the ketchup. I hate to do this, but I want to see if there's any. I gotta look at your ears to see you didn't get any black on you from that board. Good. So yeah, it's all good. Okay, so we'll position yourself here really good here, and we'll get that microphone all set up for you, and maybe you got to turn down the light. Maybe let's see. You kind of I don't know if the overhead light you don't need. If you don't need the overhead light, let's see. What get the right? Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, you definitely don't need that overhead light. Maybe switch the. You just it looks like you're glowing red, like you're really see. Like I'll try and put maybe I'll change it to red. That looks better. Now I can I'm gonna put the overhead light back on. Okay. Sorry about this ketchup. I mean, we did everything so fast, and of course the lighting changes for everyone when it comes to when, when it comes to lighting it's different for everyone and I'm going to change the hue to a bluish. Alrighty. Okay, so Well, we'll just it's been such a long introduction because I kind of messed things up. Uh Maybe I should have just put pause, but I'm not going to do this video over catch up, and I understand. Well, we've answered the questions, and well, we'll start with Sylvester asking the first question. And so go ahead, Sylvester. Yeah. Well, the previous two guests said that there's a red alert for the Buffalo Bills offense and defense. Do you agree with the previous two guests? Good question, Sylvester. And here's Ketchup's response. Yeah, I agree with my brother, Barbecue, and my mentor, Coach Coyote. I want to give a good shout out to my mentor, Coach Coyote. He used to come. Well, I used to play in Canada for the plush toy football league, and Coach Coyote played in the American plush toy football league. And but on the off season, Coach Coyote used to come up and do camps and quarterback camps for me because I'm a quarterback, and I just like I can't give enough thanks to Coach Coyote for mentoring me, helping me in my game, and as I said, all the respect for Coach Coyote first. Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much, Ketchup. Yeah, I too. We all respect very well respect Coach Coyote on Sports News Review. So yeah, but Ketchup. Ketchup's gonna give his answer. Yeah, as far as an answer, and ju- I'll say the same as my brother, who's the previous guest, Barbecue Munchie. And like, if anybody just kind of seen that sign, and one second, folks. This one I have to take this call. All right, sorry about that, Ketchup, but had to take that very important phone call first. And it was an impromptu video we're doing right now for Sports News Review, and that person didn't know I was recording a session right now. So, but we'll go back to your answer. Sorry about once again, my apologies to Ketchup Munchie for the phone call interrupting his answer. So, what were you saying, Ketchup? Well, I'm gonna go back to what my brother, the previous guest, Barbecue Munchie, was saying, that you know. If someone happens to just see that Talking Bills X and O's red alert, and is it what they call clickbait? And I'm gonna say no. I'm not. I'm gonna say it's not clickbait. The players and general managers and fans and NFL fans, when they see that, my opinion is, when you see that talking Bills X and O's red alert, yeah, there could be a red alert because this is a very important game. Like, this is, it's like, we know, you know, you know, even during my playing career for the for, was every game important? Yes, it was important. Obviously, if it was a clinching, if you clinched first place overall and you had one more game left, was that game important? That's a tough call too, but we're not there yet, and that's what we're saying. We're not there, but we are. I would say red alert for this game. That I just can't imagine what the fans will be saying uh, after this game if they lose. Good answer. Good question. Oh, Sylvester has the follow up question to that. Go ahead, Sylvester. Now, when you're saying fans will be not too happy with uh, if the Bills lose, because you say you listen to the after the game, you like to listen to the WGR 550 AM radio to hear all the fans' response. Uh, is there any way that the Buffalo Bills could lose this game and still, uh, like as they say, is there any way that the Buffalo Bills could lose this game and still have fans going, oh, it was a tough loss, but we move on? Or are they just going to be in this red alert mode that they have to win this game? Good, good question, Sylvester. Barbecue, what's your response to that? Well, you know, if the Buffalo Bills lose this game, and it's like the beginning of the season, Coach, I'm going to refer to what Coach Coyote, your first guest, said on the show is, that did I personally catch up, Munchie, see this happening to the Buffalo Bills after 10 games? No, no, I would have thought they would have been 8-2 like the New England Patriots. And of course, it's nothing against the New England Patriots. It's just a surprise season that they're 8-2. And let's not get into they have a soft schedule this season because of last season's record. Well, that's not how it works when you're a player and a player on a professional sports team. You don't worry about the other team's uh quote unquote soft schedule and what like it would it would be the same if the Buffalo had a back and before the drought, as they say, before the playoff drought. Buffalo had soft schedules too. I mean, it's a way to it seems like to be a proven way to help teams that are not doing so well, but they get a break to have a good season. And yesterday's game, they're 8-2, and what did I see? What did I see from that game? It was. Oh, Sylvester's asking you a question, a follow up to that. What did you see in that game? Is that? Oh, that's what Sylvester just said. Yeah, what did you see in that game? Yeah, this is barbecue's response now. Go ahead, barbecue. Well, what I seen in that game was the New York Jets. Uh, of course, the New York Jets are going to be playing against the Buffalo Bills, and of course, the Buffalo Bills have to play against the New England Patriots one more time. And well, I'm gonna say that the New York Jets, they have a couple. They have a couple of first round picks, and a smart move by the general manager of the New York Jets to get the first round picks. Oh, Sylvester has a question now. Uh, you doesn't want what is it, Sylvester? So yeah, I don't. I want to just ask you. You said good move by the New York Jets general manager to get first round picks. I don't want to forget like that. I don't want anyone to ask you that question. So I'm going to ask you now: is that like why is it? Why was it such a good move to get all these first round picks? Oh, good question, Sylvester. Okay, so uh, uh, barbecue. I'm sorry, barbecue. Ketchup's response. Go ahead, Ketchup. Well, since the New York Jets got that, after I seen that game, especially because the way I seen that game is that the New York Jets uh, got these first round picks now, and it's a feeling on the team now is we don't need to worry about like, oh, why are we winning games? We should be getting first round picks. And that's how I feel about the the New York Jets getting these first round picks. And I'll follow up with the previous question and to summarize the answer is that with the New York Jets, you could see that they were playing for their coach. I have a feeling that they like their coach, the New York Jets, but they just uh, they there was I don't it's just th- most fans out there love to have say cliches, and the New York Jets did the New York Jets thing when it comes to playing this season is they lost the game for themselves, and I felt like when I was watching the game, they 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 were a bad, of course, a bad fumble. I mean, halftime they kept it close. The defense, helped them stay in that game. Offense was the problem that they have to overcome. And of course, there were a lot of Bills fans, that could be frustrated at the Jets for, hey, win this game for us to help us, and that's part of that red alert too. That you're asking, during the right now in the 10th game of the season, past the 10th game of the season, you're asking the New York Jets to do you a solid for Buffalo Bills fans. They're asking the New York Jets, can you do us a solid by winning against the New England Patriots, even though you don't have any chance of looks like there's probably no chance that they got to make it into the playoffs. And of course seeing that their fellow players were missing now on in the locker room, and they're like, oh, okay, of course you got the big trade with the Sauce Gardner, and so notice players around them notice that, like, this is serious. What I'm saying, Sylvester. This is me talking. This is myself, Sylvester, the ketchup munchie here, saying, like, you know, I I'm not gonna, like, I'm not gonna say that like, I can't feel empathy for fellow players, like, because I know I had multiple year contracts every time I played. I was the lucky ones that in professional sports that when I retired when I felt like retiring. So it was always, are you going to come back next season if I was at the end of the contract, and of course, I would give my standard answer of, well, I'll see, the agents talking with management, and, work out a deal. If my health is good, I'll come back next season. And, so I've always had a contract. Now, I, I've always acted like the last day when they call it locker cleanout. And I've always acted like, you know, uh, I don't know. I could be cut. Just pretend. It was quietly. I would go in, talk with the reporters. I knew they always want to talk to the quarterback, of course. So I'm being me being the quarterback, the starting quarterback every year, every season. I They want to talk to me first. I understand that too, totally. And and you look. I know they will feel you. Look around, and that's the game yesterday I'm watching. Is that, like, they're still they're in locker, they could be like in locker cleanout mode, in the sense that, like, better play for next season. That, yeah, I mean, I understand the schemes, like for defense and offensive players on the Jets, that they're like, they don't have a contract next season, or they have a contract, but might be 1 year left, and they could get released. And they fit under the cap, easily fit under the cap, so they can get released. And or so it's like, uh like I said, they could have won that game. But like I said, it was based mostly, like, a lot of players were playing with the sense that, like, hey, I'm gonna show that I know the schemes and I understand the schemes. I understand where we're going. I love playing for the New York Jets, as they say, and well, and then New England, just you know, after that field goal they did, it was just like, they just New England just took it another step after that, because New England, the Patriots, with the game yesterday, the Patriots was like proving that the game is four quarters, and they got enough time to get over the jitters because the way the season was going for New England Patriots and the way the season was going for the New York Jets, that they it was like as if there was the last season's Buffalo Bills out there, that they should just take command of the game, of how the score, and yeah, so yeah, I mean, it's a learning curve for the New England Patriots also to, like, trust in the system, like, do you learn the schemes, and of play as a team, and of course it's it always starts with numero uno on the team, which is the quarterback, starting quarterback, and it's just a given. So you got Drake May, and like, yeah, I mean, good. New England is like, they know it. They're so happy and appreciative they got Drake May on the team this season to have this incredible season that they're having. So, well, what can I say? I'm gonna say, yeah. I mean, the, yeah, the Buffalo Bills are probably they did. I said are looking at the New England Patriots. Yes, they are. They're the team. The team above them in the standings. And yeah, I mean, I could say this as far as Buffalo Bills players and management watching the game last night. They're watching the game, and of course they're hoping for, just like the fans, can the New York Jets do a solid for us and win the game for us? And then and it's something that you started the season. That's not something they wanted to see. That themselves in front of the television on a Thursday night, hoping that the New York Jets will do them a solid and win the game. A good answer from Sylvester's question. I mean, well, we're gonna wrap up this session of talking Bills with X and O's, and well, I'm gonna say thank you to barbecue ketchup and Coach Coyote for coming in on short notice. But right now, we're gonna say our goodbyes to Ketchup Munchie. Ketchup Munchie is the play-by-play, the older brother of the color analyst, in-game analyst of Barbecue Munchie, and Ketchup Munchie does the play-by-play live streams for UFL, CFL, Hamilton Tiger Cats, and the Buffalo Bills Buffalo Bills in the NFL. So yeah, you can catch up Munchie on the Sports News Review doing live stream watch parties. But for now, we uh, thank Catch Up Munchie very much for showing up on such short notice to do Talking Bills X and O's Red Alert. Thank you very much, Catch Up Munchie. Let's all give a big hand for Catch Up Munchie, and for showing up on such short notice. All righty. Well, Sylvester, we're gonna wrap up the show, and well, I'm saying for all of us at Sports News Review, that we very appreciative of Barbecue Munchie, Catch Up Munchie, and the Coach Coyote, showing up on such short notice to do this program. Thank you very much for the three guests to show up. Thank you, Sylvester, for like setting. We had to emergency set up your studio. We had to put your desk on. We had to put Sylvester's desk on at an angle to make sure that the guests will be able to walk in and out. I mean, we got limited space in our studio. Of course, we would have had a round table. I was originally planning a round table, Sylvester, but there's CEO B Bunny says there's no room. There's just not enough room for a round table host. And of course, Sylvester would have hosted that round table. And yeah, I would have been. I would, and of course, I didn't have time to. Uh, you know, Sylvester had to come up with the questions as we were doing the show. Sylvester just thought of these as the questions, and I'm so like COB Bunny is giving a special thank you to Sylvester for just on short notice to be able to host a show like this and be able to come up with questions. And yeah, I mean, we didn't have a script, so we had to like come up. Sylvester had to come up with the questions. It's good because Sylvester is our ace sports reporter, and so we we of course we put our trust in Sylvester, and it came out positive. That we're so glad that we did put our trust in. That's what CEOB Bunny is saying right now. That he's so glad, Sylvester, that he did put your trust in our ace sports reporter to do a show on such very short notice here. And with all that, like we'll say our goodbyes, and so for all three guests that showed up, that's Barbecue Munchie, Ketchup Munchie, and the Coach Coyote, and of course our MC Ace. That's Master of Ceremonies, Ace Sports Reporter Sylvester. All of us are saying thank you for tuning in to Talking Bill's X and O's Red Alert Special Edition. And for now, for this edition, we're now saying we're over and out.